Oh yeah, what's going on YouTube? Nick here. Thanks for coming back to my channel. My channel is all about helping out Uber and Lyft drivers, helping you in the rideshare hustle, helping you by talking to you about what I go through as an Uber driver and a Lyft driver. I drive in the Boston, Massachusetts market. I've been driving for about a year and 9 months. And just real quick though, but what this video is about California AB5 and what's going on out there for Uber and Lyft drivers now that the bill has been passed by the Senate. So if you don't know, in California, AB5, the bill has been passed. It's been worked through Congress, worked through the Senate. Actually, I don't really know where it's been going through or whatever, but I just know that it's been passed by the final person that needs to have passed it. Actually, I think the governor, by the way, I think that's what I read. The governor has to sign off on this before it is finalized. But there's been obviously a lot of attention on it. There's people that are already filing lawsuits because Uber has said basically we don't care about what this bill is. They're like, we don't care. I'm trying to get my head right in the middle of my two flags there. My American flag, because I'm all about America. I served in the military. I'm a U.S. veteran, U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and 10X over there. 10X is all about taking care of my family and doing what I need to do to make sure everybody's taken care of and support them. Other than that, yeah, I've been an Uber driver, and now we're talking about AB5, and I don't agree with it, but people are in an uproar. There's people filing lawsuits. These drivers, they want AB5. They want to be compensated for, I don't know, for having a car. I'm not really sure. Drivers are not skilled workers. This is a field. This is a grind. This is a back-breaking grind. My back hurts right now. I drive like 40, 60 hours a week. My back hurts. Like it's tough. It's tough to make the money you need to make in rideshare. And just because it's tough, people want to have some benefits. But whatever, your prerogative. I just wish you would have sought out a job if you wanted all these things rather than a gig economy, just a gig where, other people are in on it because they want it for the convenience, right? I like not being an employee. That's something that really matters to me. I like being able to do what I want to do. It's called freedom. And I really enjoy that. And if I'm not making enough money, which it's hard, right? It's hard as an Uber driver and as a Lyft driver, but you have to find other ways to make the money, and that's my message. That's my thought on this whole thing. So I'd love to hear your comments. By the way, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, please give me the thumbs up here. My subscribers, thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys. Anybody that has subscribed and you don't know, you need to subscribe right now because what's going on, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do a dash cam giveaway every single month and these are for my Uber and Lyft drivers, the ones that have subscribed, the ones that are supporting me on this journey and everything that I'm doing here. I'm really just trying to provide some value for my Uber and Lyft drivers. Every video I do, I'm just trying to give you something that you can take with you and say, okay, that made a difference. Like I'm trying to help. I'm trying to spread the message and trying to help you make more money, So, but I want to talk about this one because I think it's important. I think some people will actually be interested in hearing this. So, I've just been reading the articles about what's been going on with AB5 and everything. Excuse me, guys. I want to set up my camera here. Okay. All right. I know my place is a mess. Yes, I don't have time to clean it. I'm a single dad. I have a 3-year-old toddler. My place gets trashed from time to time, and I don't find time to pick it up always because I'm driving, I'm parenting, or I'm working on videos and trying to build my business. But here's what's going on. I like this article because it talks about I'll give you the title. Here's exactly how much more expensive Lyft and Uber rides could be under California's gig worker law. Gig worker. Hailing a ride for Uber or Lyft in California could get more expensive if lawmakers enact a state bill putting tight controls on who counts as an employee, market experts say. Oh, by the way, I just want to address who said this because I don't want... so this is on Market Watch. I found it on Yahoo Finance, but Market Watch is the publisher, and Andrew Keshner on Market Watch published this on September 12th, 2019. Just want to see that right there. See, this guy, he's doing good reports for Uber and Lyft drivers. He's really helping us out. All right. So let's see what's up. So it could get more expensive. So a day after California state senators passed a bill clamping down on the use of independent contractors in the tech industry and beyond, right? So we are in the gig economy. So it's not just Uber and Lyft. We're not just talking about Uber and Lyft drivers. We're talking about anyone else that uses an app or is hired and paid based on a per gig basis. Basically a ride, that's a gig, right? I get a ride, I give them a ride, I complete the ride, that is a gig. The gig's completed. I traded my time and my vehicle for transporting the passenger. That's the gig. Another gig might be for dog walkers. I know that like you can go walk a dog, right? So you pick up a dog, you walk the dog, you bring the dog back, you get paid. That's the gig. So that's what we're talking about. And there's other gigs out there too. I don't know, you can get into developing websites. You can do things like that. They have websites like Fiverr. You can go on there and create an account, and you can do a lot of digital things. Anything that you can produce digitally and send to someone anywhere, that's pretty much a gig that you can do on Fiverr. So you should really check that out if you don't know. And if not sponsored, I don't even know if anybody would even sponsor me at this point. I only have 600 subscribers. But we're on our way to 1,000 and free giveaways. So we're almost there. I can't wait to give away some cameras. I really can't. I think that's going to be cool, being able to have that possibility. And the whole reason I say 1,000 is because YouTube will monetize you at 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 hours of watch time over a 12-month rotating window, rolling window. So it's just always moving. But in the past 12 months, you have to have at least 10,000 watch hours, which is kind of a lot. But I just want to tell you, so like in case you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, you can do it. Back to what I was talking about. So California state senator. So a day after California state senators passed the bill clamping down on the use of independent contractors in the tech industry and beyond, analysts said the two rideshare giants would pass costs on to passengers. Right, so they're going to take the extra money that's going to cost them, Uber and Lyft. They're going to take the extra money that it will cost them to have their drivers, as employees. They're going to pass it on to the riders. So we'll see how that goes. Passengers should have said something. If we had said this first, if they had said that sooner, I think it would have been better. Before this thing got voted into, they needed more backing. So passengers in the Golden State will pay an additional 70 cents to $1.80 per ride. If extra $1.80 per ride, that'll add up. After you classify their drivers from cheaper to pay independent contractors to employees with full benefits, according to a Wednesday note from the investment bank Eversource ISI. Got to continue reading. So passengers, okay. For context, Uber estimates riders would pay at least $7.65 for a 13-mile Uber pool ride from San Francisco's Union Square to the airport 20 miles away without traffic. I don't know if anybody's in California. You probably know that more, understand what's going on there, but that's San Francisco. I have no idea. I'm a Boston driver. So they say that's what it is. So they say that okay, for context, Uber estimates riders would pay, so if this was to pass, if they were to pay their drivers as employees and the cost would go up, their riders would pay $7.65 for a 13-mile Uber pool ride from San Francisco's Union Square to the airport 20 minutes away without traffic. Now, what they don't say is how much it costs now. So we have nothing to really judge that against. But the potential California price hike pales in comparison to how Uber and Lyft costs have increased in New York City, said Evercore analyst led by Benjamin Black. New York City's congestion pricing surcharge adds $2.75 onto each Uber and Lyft ride, analyst said. So if it's congestive times in New York, and I'm not a New York driver, so correct me if I'm wrong. If you are a driver, give me a thumbs up. If you drive in New York, definitely tell me what's going on down here. Let's communicate so other drivers know. That's really what this whole community is about. It's what this channel is about, is connecting other drivers, helping each other out. Let's try and make more money. Let's try and understand what's happening. But help each other out here. New York City's congestion pricing surcharge adds $2.75. I bet that we will start to get that here in Boston. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the drivers even touch that. That's just a charge from the from the passengers to Uber and then to New York City. So I think, it doesn't really affect the drivers so much. But correct me if I'm wrong. The Big Apple surcharge is separate from congestion pricing that will go into effect in 2021. So they have congestion pricing. So I don't know. I'm not clear on what there is, but there's a congestion, and there'll be like a surcharge plus congestion pricing. I don't know. Wedbush Securities also said that the California bill, if signed into law, would drive up consumer costs, but didn't price out the extra ride costs. Okay. Before California riders dig a little deeper in their wallet, they should remember the bill is still pending. So the bill is still pending. And this was dated today. So it's not even in effect yet, right? So don't listen to these other people that are saying that it's in effect. It's really not in effect. And if anybody read and did a little research, you would see what's really happening here. So, if signed into law, would drive up consumer costs, but didn't price out the extra ride costs. Okay. Before California riders dig a little deeper in their wallet, they should remember that the bill is still pending. The legislation known as Assembly Bill 5, AB5, Assembly Bill 5, says workers are employees if the company controls the person's work and that work in a core part of the company's business model. If they control the person's work, it's interesting. Does Uber control our work? I don't know. Someone who's an employee in the eyes of the bill is eligible for benefits like minimum hourly wage, workers' compensation, and protection from discrimination and sexual harassment. All good things on paper. But how much are you going to pay? How much are you going to make? How many hours do you have to work? Do I have to be on from a set schedule? Are these the kind of questions, if you said yes to these questions, is this what you want? You know what I mean? Is that what you want? Do you want to be on a set schedule? Do you want to have mediocre pay with benefits? These are serious questions that I really want you to ask yourself if that's what you want. I like my freedom. I'll take my freedom over benefits. I really will. Because my freedom's now, my benefits are later. Governor Gavin Newsom. I'm Nick Newsom. I like this guy. He supports the bill. Ooh, I don't like this guy. But the Wall Street Journal, but told the Wall Street Journal he is talking with Uber and Lyft about how they'll be affected. Okay. So obviously he's taken a proactive approach. He's trying to figure out the best thing here. That was the work. So here's what I heard. Here's what I read before. So nothing is in effect until the governor says yes. He has to sign off on this bill. If he doesn't sign off on this bill, then it's nothing. Okay? Just in case you didn't know. And for all the other Uber tubers out there, hey, if the governor doesn't sign it, then it's not going to get passed. Just saying. Even before the bill's passage, some observers said that Uber and Lyft prices were artificially low and bound for a bump up in the Silicon Valley if the Silicon Valley companies want to turn profits. A Lyft statement didn't address whether it would pass costs on to riders if the bill took effect in its current form. But a spokesman said many riders hair drivers wanted a thoughtful solution that balances flexibility with an earning standard and benefits. The fact that there were more than 50 industries carved out of AB5 is very telling. 50 industries for AB5. So it's not just rideshare, obviously. That's what I was saying. I wonder what those 50 different industries are. We are fully prepared to take the issue to the voters of California to preserve the freedom and access drivers and riders want and need. Okay. Tony West, Uber's chief legal officer, told reporters Wednesday, all right, that's today, that lawmakers, and the bill was signed off yesterday by the Senate, that lawmakers were missing a real opportunity to lead the nation by passing the measure instead of a proposed backed by the ride-sharing industry. He said the company will keep pressing for the independence and choice that drivers tell us again and again in surveys, polls, focus groups, and personal conversations that they value most. For the independence and choice that drivers tell them that they want Independence and choice. This is so important. No, I should put these first. I should have been talking about this before. That they value most. All right, he added that 92% of Uber drivers in America spent less than 40 hours a week on the road. 92% of Uber drivers in America spent less than 40 hours. So that's part-time. All right, let's call that part-time. 92% of Uber drivers are part-time. While 45% drove less than 10 hours a week. Wow. Wow. That is pretty awesome. I wish I was in that category. Uber shares are down more than 18% since they started trading in May, and Lyft shares are down 40% from the company's trading start in late March. All right. Well, that's it, guys. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.